Okay, so let's jump right into something that might sound a little out there. We usually think keeping our minds sharp is all about, brain games, reading, stuff like that. But what if I told you one of the biggest secrets to a healthier brain isn't in your head at all? It's actually in your legs.
Yeah, I know. It sounds pretty wild, right? How could the muscles you use for walking possibly predict how your brain is going to hold up over time? But stick with me here, because some really fascinating science is pointing to exactly that. It suggests that the strength in your lower body could be a crystal ball for your cognitive health.
So, where's the proof? Well, the first major clue comes from this amazing 10-year study on identical twins. Now, remember, these are people with the exact same DNA who grew up in the exact same environment. But after a decade, researchers found a really clear pattern. The twin with stronger legs consistently had a sharper mind, better memory, quicker thinking. And her sister, the one with weaker legs, showed more cognitive decline. This wasn't just a fluke, it was a signpost pointing to a deep, powerful connection between our muscles and our minds.
So, how on earth is this even possible? How does a squat or a lunge translate into better brain function? Well, the first piece of the puzzle is understanding that our muscles are in constant communication with our brain. And that conversation gets really active when we start to move. Think about it. Every single time you use your muscles, especially those big, powerful ones in your legs, you're basically sending a wave of positive signals straight to your brain. And this isn't just about feeling good. We're talking about real physical benefits: more oxygen and nutrients from better blood flow, the release of these incredible protective proteins, and even a defense against the brain shrinking as we get older. Now, at the very center of all this is one superstar protein called BDNF. It's a mouthful, brain-derived neurotrophic factor. But what it does is actually pretty simple and unbelievably important. It's a key player in helping our brain cells, our neurons, grow and survive. It helps build and maintain the very structure of our brain, especially in the parts we use for memory and learning. Honestly, the best way to think about it is like this. BDNF is literally fertilizer for your brain. It helps your brain cells grow strong and form new, faster connections with each other. The more BDNF you have, the healthier and more adaptable your brain is. And guess what? Working those leg muscles is one of the absolute best ways to tell your body to make more of it. But better blood flow and more BDNF, that's still not the whole story. It doesn't fully explain how two people with the exact same genes, like our twins, could end up with such different brains. To really get to the bottom of it, we have to pull back another layer and talk about the real secret weapon here: epigenetics. So, what in the world is epigenetics? Well, put simply, it's like a control panel that sits on top of your DNA. You're born with a set of genes, that's your DNA sequence, and it doesn't really change. But epigenetics decides which of those genes get switched on, which get switched off, and how loud their volume is turned up. Picture it like this. Your DNA is all the wiring inside the walls of your house. It's fixed, it's there. But epigenetics, those are the light switches and the dimmer knobs in every room. And here's the amazing part: your lifestyle choices, things like exercise, are what give you control over those switches. So when you get up and move, you're not just burning calories, you are actively walking over to your genetic control panel and making adjustments. You're flipping the switch on for that awesome BDNF gene we talked about, telling your body, hey, make more of that brain fertilizer. At the same time, you're turning the dimmer switch way down on genes that cause inflammation, which is a major cause of brain aging, and you're cranking the power on for genes that help give your brain the energy it needs to thrive. Okay, so now that we get the idea of these epigenetic switches, we can finally go back to our twin sisters and solve the case of why their brains were aging so differently. And here it is. This is the big reveal. Twin A, the one with the stronger legs from being more active, was constantly using exercise to flip on all the right genetic switches. She was instructing her body to protect and build her brain. Meanwhile, Twin B, who had the exact same genetic potential, wasn't doing the one thing that could flip those switches on. So those protective genes stayed quiet, leaving her brain more open to decline. See, it wasn't about having better genes. It was about using her genes better. This is so much more than just a cool science story about twins. This is about you. This is about me. This science has huge implications for all of us because it puts the power to shape our health right back where it belongs, in our own hands. So if you remember one thing from all of this, let it be this:
Your actions have the power to literally rewrite how your body uses its own genetic blueprint. Every single workout, every walk you take, you're sending direct messages to your DNA, telling it to build you a stronger, sharper, more resilient brain. And that right there is an unbelievably empowering idea. So often we feel kind of stuck with the genes we were dealt. But what this research shouts from the rooftops is that our daily habits are what really shape our future. You are an active co-author of your own health story, not just a passive reader. So, I'll just leave you with this one final thought. The next time you're looking at an elevator right next to a flight of stairs, remember, this isn't just a choice for your leg muscles, it's a choice for your brain. It's a tiny epigenetic decision that you get to make for the future of your mind.